Kindness is strength. I am kind, yet very dangerous, and women are obsessed with dangerous men. Niceness is essentially fair, wearing manners. Nice men, they don't stand on principle. They wait for approval. Being nice isn't moral. It's negotiable. And negotiated men that's negotiable, they get played. They become doormats. What you're about to hear is a true story that occurred while I was actually in the military. It will anger you, and you will realize that everything that society and these dating coaches that you see on social media has taught you about female attraction is a lie. And after watching this video, you should never be confused about female desire again. Go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe. Because this is not just your typical dating coach with the cheesy pickup lines. This right here, what you're about to listen to, this is Tazadoctrine. I was in the army. Disciplined, focused, purpose-driven. I met a woman. She's very confident. I met her in an NCO club, McGuire Air Force Base. She was in the Air Force. Her husband was actually also in the Air Force. Her husband was stationed in Korea. At the time, I didn't know that this woman was actually married. She was from Washington, D.C. So, I'm in the club. We ended up dancing. We're talking and she's dancing like very seductively with me, right? So it comes to the point that the club's about to close and I say, hey, well, let's get out of here and go to your place now. Mind you, I'm not aware that this woman's married to someone in the Air Force at the time.
Let's get out of here and go to your place.
She never told me she was married. That admission was deliberate, right? So we leave the club. The club closed at 2 a.m. About 2:15, we're at her place. By 2:45 a.m., we're naked in bed, and I'm blowing her back out. I'm banging her out. True story. Shortly after this moment, her husband calls. I'm blowing her out, but I can't put this in this video. So she gets a phone call. She's moaning and groaning, and she gets a phone call. I was like, yo, you gonna get that? No, let it ring. Yo, I think you should get that. Somebody's calling you at this hour. It's probably important. Could be an emergency. Yo, check it, because shit's about to get mad thick. Now, I hear a lady with a Korean accent saying you have an international call from Korea. Do you accept? She put him through. So she's moaning and, blowing her back out. So she answers the call and she tried to go into like an ordinary composure. Now, mind you, her hair's all wild and everything. I'm smashing her. And so I could hear a man's voice that says, Michelle, how have you been? Because I'm right here. She's lying on my chest. And the guy says, I love you. And she says it back. Then she told him, well, it's late. I'm tired. I got to go. Can you call me tomorrow? Now, this guy was calling from Korea. An hour later, find out that, this is her husband. After she hangs up the phone. So she hung up. And she acted as if nothing happened.
Hello?
Son's voice come through. I'm like, damn, shorty didn't tell me she was married. That told me everything. So I asked her. Watch this if I have up. So I asked her. I said, why didn't you tell me that you was married, Michelle? She didn't hesitate. She said, I was lonely. And I was drawn to your masculinity because you don't chase. She said and she was, shorty was bad. I can't even hold you. She said every man in the club, a lot of different guys came up to me and, trying to get my number, but I was more attracted to your stillness. She said, you don't beg and you don't hover. And she said the quiet part out loud. My husband's always calling, always checking, always nice. He never tells me no. Now, mind you, this is what gives me the capacity to be able to teach you men what I teach today, because I dealt with a lot of Eves. I dealt with a lot of Eves, and I've studied them. So I told her, listen, Michelle, I can't continue to do this. I didn't know you was married. So I stood up, got dressed, and prepared to leave. So as she was like, yo, you really gonna leave, and so on and so forth? We're not gonna finish? So I'm like, wow, this is really trifling. She really has no remorse for her husband. And he's thinking everything, but he's a nice guy. He's always appeasing to her, always calling, like she said, and this is what I'm warning men of. She asked me to stay. She tried to pull me by the arm, and this is why it gets wild, crazy. And by now, before this call came through, I was beating shorty like for a good minute. And now it's morning when I look out the window. Both she and I thought this dude was still in Korea. His son's looking through the window. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? She's about to get turned up real quick. It's the son looking through the window crying. I ain't see him at first, but then he came in the crib. Turned up real quick, bro.
How can you do this to me, Michelle? I love you. Him out of here. You should have told him that you were married.
Him out of here. You should have told me that you were married, Trent.
I didn't argue. I didn't explain. I didn't negotiate. I just left. See, brothers, leverage is built in moments like that. And from that point, it was silence. She called again later, then again the next day, then a few days later. I didn't respond. Silence isn't punishment, it's alignment. Nice men don't understand this. This is what 97% of men don't get. Even these guys out here that's allegedly teaching you dating coaches, tactics, those are tricks. What I teach is self-mastery. What I teach comes from my head. Nice guys, they over-explain themselves into irrelevance. But what was the real failure here? Her husband didn't lose because he lacked love. He lost because he placed her beauty, she was bad, bro, her attention above his purpose. He made her his mission. He was supposed to be on his mission overseas. He made her his mission. He was obsessed with her. And missions don't respect men who abandon them. He abandoned his real mission, which should have been his life purpose. When a man never says no, his yes has no value. That's an aphorism worth repeating. When a man never says no, his yes has no value. Why do some nice men lose? Attraction requires structure. Respect requires boundaries. Niceness without spine signals insecurity. She saw her husband as very insecure. That lowered her level of attraction. She may have been attracted to him at the inception of the relationship, at the beginning, See, women don't trust men who orbit around her or orbit around them. he orbited around her. They test men who lead themselves. That isn't cruelty. That's their biological makeup. Now, in closing, I want to tell men, be calm, be disciplined, be unmoved by whatever she tests you with or whatever she throws at you. Don't perform goodness. You're not Will Smith. You're not Denzel Washington. Stop performing as if your life is a screenplay. And you can't fake this, because that's what dating coaches teach you. This is why Tazadoctrine is different. I teach you self-mastery. We can't control external things. We can't control the women or anything else outside of ourselves. We can only control ourselves. And this is where you focus on self-mastery. No tricks. Don't perform goodness. Live principle. Men refrain. Don't beg to be chosen. I don't chase. I choose. I lead. She follows if she wants to. If not, shalom, peace, 2 fingers. Have a nice day. I'm not just saying that, I live that. If you're feeling this right here, type frame. If you understand this now, type frame below this video. Type frame. Most men think being nice is how to keep a woman. It's not. It's how you lose leverage. If this exposed something, if this really exposed something you've lived through, type frame, 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 frame in the comment section of this video and say where you lost it. Because this is not some cheesy dating coach's pickup line, more than the female dating coaches that you see online. This is doctrine. This is Tazadoctrine's didactic empowerment. Like, share, subscribe. And if you're going through this right now, you're experiencing your woman or what you thought was your woman, because she's really never your woman. The only thing you own is yourself, no one else. Then you need to book a coaching session. Or if you're too intimidated or too embarrassed because you're all puffed up with self-pride, to book a dating coach with someone that could really help you, because I could really help you and change your situation no matter how bad you think it may be. Then you can go and get the book and try and resolve it yourself. But I would say book a coaching session, not necessarily dating. Book a coaching session and read the book. The book that I would suggest that you start with is A Spokesman for Men. But there's a 7-book series, Tazadoctrine's Didactic Empowerment, that you could get from my website, www.tazadoctrine.com, or my other website, www.kahantazadok.com, or the third website, www.kahantazadok.net. I'm Kahan Tazadok, a spokesman for men. Why? Because there's no true outlet for men. And this garbage that these dating coaches and these YouTube channels and social media channels are feeding men, it only works temporarily. It's trick. I don't deal with trick knowledge. I give you right knowledge. This is not them. This is Tazadoctrine. And with that, I'm going to say shalom, peace, 2 fingers, and leave that in the air. I'm out.